Hello, this is Bill Webb, and today I'm going to do a spotlight review for a new game coming out on Amazon, Treeblox. So Treeblox is a small box game that Philip Olenyk, the creator of the game, reached out to me recently and asked if I would do a quick review and overview of the game, as it's now available on Amazon. And in the game, you can see that it's just got a small rule book. And then I've actually rebagged this a little bit, but we've got, just to sort it out, we've got these pieces that represent parts of a tree. And then there are some extras. So there's one extra of each color that I just keep separate in the box. And then we've got this playing board. I went ahead and put the stickers on this side. Apparently these holes are a little bit smaller on one side, a little bit bigger on the other side. And you can kind of play with it and play a couple games and see which way you like it best. I didn't really detect much of a difference, but we decided to put the stickers on this side just to show the side that it seemed like it might be slightly better for us. And then the other half of the pieces are tree parts in the light green and the white color. And so to play this game, let's give you a quick overview and then tell you a little bit about how you play, demonstrate just a bit. To play the game, it's a head-to-head two-player game, and it's a 3D strategy game. And so one player is going to play with the white and light green, and one player is going to play with the black and dark green. And you are trying to build up your trees, and the winner is the person who has the most of their leaves, the green-colored cubes, visible from directly above. So you're trying to get above and hide and cover the leaves of the other player's trees. And you each start with 16 branches, which are the white for this player and the black for this player, and 16 leaves, which are the two different shades of green. And you begin the game with the dark player putting one of their cubes into any spot on the board. And then you alternate, and every time you play, you put either one or two cubes on the board, but that is determined by how many leaves are visible at any one time. So right now, if you have only one or two leaves visible, you can only place one cube. And so starting off, let's say that this player decides they're going to put one, let's just say they decide to go right next to them. All right, so they've each placed one. Now it's dark green's turn. Only one visible, so he can only place one. Now at this point, you have to start the game by placing a leaf down each. At this point now, you could start with stems or the leaves either way. But by putting a second leaf, let's say that this player decides they want their second leaf over here, now they're getting closer to having the advantage of being able to play two at a time, because as soon as you reach three or more visible leaves from above, then you can start placing them two at a time. So they place theirs there. And let's say the other player says, you know what, I'm going to keep up the same strategy, but go to the other side and just go right beside them. And so they're going to that point. And now the green player, dark green player, has a choice. Do I go ahead and start building up stems even though I've only got two visible, or do I go ahead and play the third? And they say, let's just go ahead and play the third and put it over there. And then now they've got three visible, so next time they go, they'll be able to place two cubes. So then the light color player goes, and let's say they decide, this time I'm going to go right here. All right. So at this point, they have the choice now, the dark green player, to play one or two cubes. And they can play green or black. Now you can only push black, you can only put leaves on the black stems. You can't put a leaf on a leaf. So they're going to choose to go with two black, and they're going to go here and here. All right, so they're building up that stem. And then it's the other player's turn. Now they have two visible, but they can see that this person's probably going to put a leaf on this stem and cover that one up, which means the next turn they would only have two visible. So they're going to do a little backup plan here. They're going to push one right here. Let's see, yeah, right here, just so they've got three visible, even though this one is probably going to get covered. And then they're going to put a stem right here to hopefully avoid the black person starting to build up a tree right there where they could potentially block two off. All right, so now it's this person's turn, and let's see, they're going to go ahead and do that. They're going to put one here, and then they're going to see if they can go ahead and start branching over this way to see if they can eventually get above that one. Right? And so that was their two moves, and now it's this player's turn. And let's say they decide to go up, and they also decide to go up again. Yeah. All right, then it comes back to this player's turn, and they could decide that they want to go here to cover that one, and then maybe they want to start another tree over here somewhere. So they decide they're going to push one in on this side for their second move. And then this player says, you know what, I'm going to cover you here, and I'm going to cover you here. And when it comes back to green player, they still have 3 visible, so they can still place 2. And the play just keeps going on and on, 1 or 2 tiles at a time. As long as each player can see 3 of a color, or 3 of their green ones from above, they can place up to 2. So right now, both players can still do that. And they just keep going back and forth until they've played all their tiles. Or if it gets to the point where one of them has no visible leaves from above, then the game is over and the other player has won. You can extend these out, so this player eventually, we're kind of not really following gameplay anymore, but they could actually go clear out here and extend even beyond the board if they want as they build out their tree branches. But you can, again, only connect stems to stems, and then you can only connect leaves to those stems. You can't connect leaves to leaves. And so that is the basic way you play Treeblox. You're just trying to build out your tree. You're trying to put those blocks in 1 or 2 at a time, depending on how many you have visible, and you're trying to cover up the trees of your opponent before they can cover up yours. If you end up playing all of the tiles, or all of the cubes each player, by the end of the game, whoever has the most visible from above wins. And if they have been playing sometimes 1, sometimes 2, if one person ends up running out of cubes before the other person still gets to play all of their cubes. So there might be some advantage to getting some early 2 cube plays when the other player maybe can only play 1 at a time. But in the end, if you get all yours played too soon, the other player is going to get a whole bunch of turns in a row. And so there's a little bit of risk if you work yourself too many plays ahead. So that is Treeblox. Now, I've played this a few times with my wife, and I really enjoy this game. I like the strategy of it. I like the view of it, the visibility of it, the three-dimensional nature of it, and I have really enjoyed it. My wife's not so much into abstract games, and she doesn't really like head-to-head games, so I'm definitely looking for other people to play this with. Now, I did take it to school and have a chance to play with some students, and had some students playing against each other during some breaks, and they really liked it. In fact, one of the students, after playing it just one time, said, "Tell me when this is live on Amazon, I'm buying this game." So it's been a big hit with some of the boys in my advisory at school, and I really enjoy it myself. So if you are interested in Treeblox and you would like to check this game out, it is available now on Amazon, and I'll put a link down below in the description. If you have any questions, if anything I've said that hasn't been clear, you can leave those questions in the comments as well, and I'll be glad to get back with you soon. If this video was helpful in any way, if you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, and it would be terrific if you'd choose to subscribe to the channel as well. As always, thanks for watching. This is Billy, Indiana, signing off.